Hi student, I am a Sitiwari SST teacher. Today in the second lesson of the 10th class SST Federalism, where we will study the key features of the federalism. Student, it can ask also in the exam what are the characteristics or the key features, or sometimes the importance of the Indian federalism has been asked. So there are different terms, but the answer is same. So these are the 7 key features. We will study them one by one. So student number 1, there are 2 or more than 2 tiers or levels of government. So student, there are 2 or more than 2 tiers of the government, means levels, means we can say better understand when this so this is a central government, this is a state government, and this is a local government. So local government located only in the certain areas where they have to discuss the day-to-day problems. So student, second number, the key features. Each levels governs the same citizen. That is very important thing to understand. Means the person who is living here and the person who is controlled by the all 3 level of the government, means there are 3 levels of the government system has been running over the one person, such as the central government system, the state level government system, and the local government system. So student, it can be understood by the very different terms which we can use also, such as the parliament, assembly, such as the state legislature, and third one is the local self-government. So there are 3 different type of the system. And very important thing to understand, each levels has its own jurisdictions. Jurisdictions means a type of area which is certain, especially in the geographical area where the only such a level government system can be imposed, not the other. And each level has its own jurisdiction on the specific matters of legislation, taxation, and administration. Means there are 3 type of the level of the government: parliament, state legislature, and the local self-government. So each level has its own legislature, each level has its own type of the taxation system, such as better understand with the example of GST, such as CGST, SAGST, the 2 type of the central level and state level, and both the central and state government have their own the power to impose the tax. In the GST it is the IGST. So student, this is better understand. to understand this term taxation. And administration, where the central government system, the state government system, the local government system, means administration system. So this is are very different. So student, this I think all of you are getting very much understanding. So student, next one, the jurisdiction of each levels has been clearly specified in the Constitution. I hope all the students are getting well. Jurisdiction of each level has been clearly specified in the Constitution, means in Constitution where these three levels and their jurisdictions has been clearly given, so that there should not be any kind of the troubles, any kind of the disturbance cannot be occur during the study. And very important things, student, why it is given, so that the existence and authority, existence and authority, that is very important things to understand, of the each tier of government is constitutionally guaranteed. Authority of each level is constitutionally guaranteed. That is very important things. Means if the Constitution has given the special you will say features about the federation system, so any kind of the you will say debate cannot be occur in the future, because Constitution is the kind of frame book, it is a kind of furnished book which give the way, which give the idea to the government how to govern the country. And government which is elected by the people have to follow all the instruction which is given in the Constitution. So Constitution is the kind of the holy book of the democracy. So student, I hope all of you are getting well. And the next one, the features. This is number 4, the fundamental provision of the government. The fundamental provision of the Constitution cannot be changed unilaterally. Unilaterally means by one level only. Such changes requires the consent of both level. Means central government cannot bring the changes. The state government permission or the consent means opinion is very important to bring the changes in the country. Means central government cannot impose any law, any order on the country in the country. If it want to bring the changes in the country, in the constitution provision, so it pursue the consent of state government. Otherwise state government is not agree. Means what is the procedure? The firstly it is passed in the parliament, then after parliament in the 50% state of the country it must be passed. The passed bill can be passed in the state government more than 50% of the state. If it is passed, then it become a bill. After passing bill, it become the act, such as we have seen CAB, that turn into CAA. All the students are getting well. A is the act and B is the bill. The student, I hope all of you are getting well, because more than the 50% state have given their consent over such steps. And next one is very important. We'll say the court have the power. Court have the power to interpret the constitution and levels of government on each level, and level of government on each level and powers of government on each level. The court have the power to interpret means just explain, because what is written in the constitution, court can only simplify it to you will say extend this knowledge, extend this information of the constitutions to the various levels of the government, so that they can make it very simplify and they can just go through the proper procedure and make it in the laws. And second important things, the highest level of court means the apex court or the Supreme Court have the power to work as an umpire. That is very important things. When disputes are arised in any level, that is very important things, because court is only the, we'll say, last destination of the people in the democratic country. So student, it is very important things to understand. And next one things is very important, which has been delivered, that the okay student, next key features, sources of revenue of the each levels of government are clearly specified in the constitution to ensure the financial autonomy of each level. So student, the sources of revenue and each level which is clarified in the constitution. What is ensure the financial autonomy means the state government, they can take the decision when they impose the laws in the country, because each level, if they are not feeling any kind of the freedom, then there will be the kind of troubles, kind of difficulties, the time when they are launching any kind of the economic policies or any kind of the policies. So they should keep the things in the mind while operating any kind of the economic system. So they should feel the kind of freedom and autonomy, which is the kind of way, the right, which is the kind of way they have the freedom, then they can take that decision. Because central government, their issues are different on the economic affairs, state government, they have the different issues, and the local government have the different issues on the revenue matters. So it is very important to specify separately of the revenue affairs. So student, I hope all of you getting well. And next one, and it is also the last one, key features of the federal system. So there are dual objectives of the Indian Federation. Number one, to promote and safeguard the unity of the country. And second thing, second objective, accommodate regional diversity. Means this is the objective, this is the aim of any federation, that the unity of the country should be maintained and it must be very protected through the various steps of the government which they raise to protect it, because it is very important to protect the unity of the country anyway, anyhow. And it should be also promoted, it should be also extend in the country, because if it is not extending the unity, then it is also the worthless, the federation which is operating in the country. Next one, accommodate regional diversity, because India is a country of differences, but these differences which are in the terms of language, religion, regions and many of the other forms, but over all these differences, India is a one country or one union, one unity. So all these things being a different features, but make it into the one you will say uniformities. All these things just make into the uniform way. So it is the kind of objective of the Indian Federation, and there are two aspects of the Indian Federations. Number one, mutual trust, and second one, agreement to live together. So these are the two aspects, and any federation, if it is operating in any country, then they must go through these two aspects, because if these two aspects are there, then obviously they promote the citizen to live well with these two aspects. Okay student, I hope all the students, those who are watching and listening this video lecture, hope they are understanding well, If any type of the confusion, they can ask me, they can comment me, and if any problem, they can surely deliver their kind of comment to me. Thank you.